What do anxiety disorders stem from? Where does anxiety come from? Hi, my name is Vicki Woodruff, and I am a licensed clinical social worker in the state of Maryland. I'm the owner of Woodruff Counseling LLC, and we specialize in the treatment of anxiety disorders and mood disorders. And today we're here to talk about where anxiety disorders come from and where they stem from. So we are going to go way back in time, all the way back down to caveman period. So in the days when we were living sort of in a more rustic time, and we had to go out and we were hunters and gatherers, we needed certain stress responses and fear responses. It was important for our survival. If we were being chased by a wild animal and stuff like that, we needed to know to run, and we needed to know how to survive. So stress and fear responses were important, and it's been something that has developed, and our brains we have an amygdala, which is the stress and fear response part of the brain, and it has continued to evolve. The only problem is that in today's world, we have horns that honk in traffic, and we have, work emergencies and things like that happen, but they don't rise necessarily to the level of being chased down by a lion. So we are trying to teach our brains how to differentiate between the two. And for some of us, that has become easier than for others. So anxiety can come from basically, there's different components to it. One is that we know that anxiety has a genetic component. So it's not unusual for anxiety to run in families. So if you are someone where you have anxiety, your siblings have anxiety, you have parents with anxiety, grandparents, and it just goes back, that's not uncommon. That's actually very typical that it has a genetic component. In other cases, it is a more something that's happened is sort of that nature versus nurture talk. Happens in the sense of like just different circumstances of how you grew up or that you were raised. Maybe you just didn't have some of the supports and stuff. In some cases, like when you've been adopted, maybe when if you've moved around a lot as a kid, anything that created a little bit of instability in your life may have led to even divorce or something like that with parents can help to sort of introduce some additional anxiety and stress and make you more predisposed to have issues with an anxiety disorder later in life. So those are some of the reasons and some of the ways that anxiety can come, and that's where it comes from. And really the biggest thing that I think we need to all get to is, what do we do with this? And that's where I come in. I treat anxiety disorders, and I take a couple different approaches. One of the most recognized approaches to treating anxiety is something called CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, and it is incredibly effective at managing the treatment of anxiety. So if you'd like to learn more about the different approaches that we take and how we can get anxiety under control for you, then I recommend that you take a look at our website, http://woodruff-counseling.com. You can also go on there and schedule a free initial consultation, or you can call us at 410-816-4097. I look forward to hearing from you and getting your anxiety under control.